I never thought the person who'd destroy everything I built would come from my own family. My name's Jason, and for years, I believe I understood the people closest to me. My wife, my sister-in-law, even her sister. But one phone call, one carefully planted lie, and everything I'd worked for over 5 years collapsed like it was made of glass. It all began with a message from my wife, Emily. I'd left work early that day, eager to surprise her with concert tickets we'd been talking about for months. But the moment I stepped through the door, excitement turned to confusion. Her eyes were cold. The cupboard slammed. "Jason, you need to leave," she said, her voice sharper than I'd ever heard. I froze. "What? Why?" She folded her arms, refusing to meet my eyes. "I don't owe you an explanation. Just go." My heart stopped. This wasn't the same woman who laughed at my awful jokes, who stayed up with me through late nights, who promised to stand by me no matter what. Something was terribly wrong. "Emily, please," I begged quietly. "Tell me what's going on." Her face twisted with pain, as though she despised what she was about to say. "I believed her," she whispered. "Believed who?" "Rachel," she said, her sister. "The one who'd always claimed to admire our marriage. The one I trusted like family. She'd spun a story so cruel it shattered everything, accusing me of things I never did, feeding Emily lies until the woman I loved began to doubt me completely. According to Rachel, I was unfaithful, manipulative, dishonest, and Emily believed every word. Her heart turned against me in a single conversation. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just stood there, watching the life I'd built crumble in front of me. Emily had made her decision. She didn't want to hear my side. She didn't want me. When she handed me my things and opened the door, I walked out quietly. I knew that fighting back would only make the poison spread deeper. But I wasn't done. Losing my home, my comfort, and the woman I loved wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Sitting in my car with the engine idling, it hit me. I wasn't going to let lies dictate my life. Emily had been manipulated, and Rachel had played her part flawlessly. But the truth always surfaces, and I wasn't about to let them rewrite my story. I started small. I retraced every conversation and interaction between Emily and Rachel over the past few weeks. Calls, texts, social media. It wasn't difficult. People always leave traces, even when they think they're careful. And soon enough, I found it. Proof. Hidden messages, private chats, subtle posts. Evidence that they had plotted to make me look guilty, to push Emily into throwing me out. Every detail was there in black and white. Timestamps, screenshots, everything. The anger came in waves, but I forced myself to stay calm. This wasn't about revenge. It was about truth, about justice. I needed Emily to see the manipulation for herself. So I gathered everything, every message, every clue, and waited. 2 days later, Emily called. Her voice trembled. "Jason, can we talk?" When I went to meet her, I brought the evidence with me. No shouting, no accusations, just the truth. I spread it out before her, the messages, the lies, the proof, and watched her expression change. First confusion, then disbelief, then the slow, painful realization that she'd been deceived. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't know," she whispered, her voice breaking. I said nothing. I didn't lecture or scold. I let the silence carry the truth, because sometimes the truth says more than any words can. Emily sat across from me, her hands trembling, eyes filled with guilt and regret. I could see it all. The pain of realizing her sister betrayed her, and the shame of knowing she'd turned against me without question. "Jason, I don't know what to say," she finally murmured. "You don't have to say anything," I told her softly. "I'm not here to make you feel worse. I just wanted you to know the truth. What happens next, that's up to you. Not Rachel. Not me. You." She nodded slowly, tears slipping down her cheeks. Months of doubt, of manipulation, of whispered poison between sisters. All of it was crumbling in that moment. She reached for my hand, but I pulled back gently. "I need time," I said. "You've hurt me in ways that can't be fixed with words. I want the full truth before I decide anything about us." The next hour passed in heavy silence. Her quiet sobs, my steady breathing. The air felt thick with everything unsaid. But somewhere in that silence, I felt something shift. It wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about taking back my life and making sure no one could twist it again. When she finally stood, she hugged me briefly and whispered, "I'm sorry, Jason. I truly am." I didn't promise her anything. I didn't ask for anything either, because forgiveness takes time, and trust once broken has to be earned again slowly, if ever. A few days later, word reached Rachel. Her plan had collapsed. My calm proof, my refusal to lose control, it caught everyone off guard. She couldn't manipulate anyone anymore. I'd reclaimed my dignity, my home, and my peace. Some wounds take time to heal, and some betrayals you never forget. But one truth remained clear. Lies can spread fast, but truth always catches up. And when the noise finally faded, I felt something I hadn't in weeks. The weight lifted. The lies were gone. The truth stood firm. And for the first time in a long while, I could breathe again.